new edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. We talk about the Raw Report as two contenders vying for the Universal Championship, plus on SmackDown, a tag team that were tag team champs before reunite at the end, and you won't believe who it was. And Impact, on that Impact Report, they're gaining momentum towards Slammiversary as they tell a backstory of the upcoming challenger, Moose. And a list of dozen dose of hot topics you don't want to miss as the Pro Wrestling Show starts right now. Hello everyone, welcome to this brand new edition of the Pro Wrestling Show. I'm your host as always, Kendrick Diggs. Use the hashtag PSW right here, acronym for Pro Wrestling Show, here on this Saturday. Glad you're here, glad you can join us. Alright, let's get to the Raw Report. On the Raw Report this week, man oh man, Raw kicked off with a bang where General Manager Kurt Angle started the show. He talked about, just as Kurt talked about business on Raw. But Roman Reigns came out and demanded he wanted to be in the Universal title picture. And then Bobby Lashley out of nowhere came out. He wanted a shot at Brock. Well, Roman had his shot at WrestleMania and didn't get the job done. Lashley, everybody's been anticipating that match. Lashley versus Lesnar for the Universal Championship. After Paul Heyman made this lengthy statement right here saying that he deems that until Brock comes back, they need to find him a valuable opponent to go against the Beast incarnate. So Kurt Angle decided that it was going to be Bobby and Roman in a multi-man match, but that match has been canceled as late. So now Kurt Angle has to conjure up another plan to add to who's going to meet Lesnar at SummerSlam in August. So who do you think, we got the poll right now, who do you think should be a valuable contender to Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam? Would you like to see hashtag Lashley versus Lesnar or the WrestleMania rematch from this past April, Lesnar versus Reigns? You never know on that. But instead, the two men just had to team up together against the Revival. They won the match, but it's still animosity there between Lashley and Reigns on who needs that shot. Now, I think, my honest opinion, saying that Roman will get the shot against Lesnar one more time for the Universal Championship at SummerSlam, and we'll get to, they want to go just do the storyline again where Brock's thinking about leaving again and go UFC, like they did at WrestleMania, and then he decides to stay. So it's kind of complicated, but I want them to go with Lashley versus Lesnar, first time ever. If they go with that SummerSlam, that's a big draw in the draw before you had WrestleMania. Why do the WrestleMania rematch all over again? It don't make no sense, but hey, WWE management knows what's best for WWE, and the fans speak up when they have to on that matter. Speaking of that, Bayley goes heel on Sasha Banks. Bayley just literally destroyed Sasha Banks out of nowhere. And we don't know if Bayley's going to be a heel now or she's going to be a face. Twin. So let's expect a match between them two as Extreme Rules, because this all got started and built up for so long that it blew up and then exploded. So Bayley and Sasha going to have their match at Extreme Rules. Also, Alexa Bliss being warned by Natalya, being warned by Nia Jax that Ronda Rousey will be coming back in less than 20 days to seek her revenge, her vengeance. And don't be surprised that match be for the Raw Women's Championship at SummerSlam. Alexa Bliss gained momentum on the road back, regaining her championship at Money in the Bank. Money in the Bank was a huge night for Alexa. She went through the Money in the Bank briefcase match, got the briefcase, and became the first woman to cash in on the same night. Can you believe it? And won the Raw Women's Championship over Nia Jax. And distracted, got away, discarded Ronda Rousey. Ronda Rousey got revenge, got suspended thus for them 30 days. Speaking of that, the Intercontinental Championship was on the line. Seth Rollins got his rematch clause to go against Dolph Ziggler with Drew McIntyre in his corner. So McIntyre, he's a big, bright future, but Dolph Ziggler, everybody's wondering about Ziggler's contract. We'll talk about that later on Hot Topics on what Ziggler's going to do. But at the end, Ziggler kept his title by disqualification with the help of his friend Dolph Ziggler. So Seth Rollins, couldn't cut the mustard that night and had his friend Roman Reigns help him out. So it's kind of like when we see a tag team match between them two. If Lashley gets it, the Universal Championship match, let Roman interject himself in this match and make a tag team match. It makes sense. It makes more sense than that. All right. That does it for the Raw Ring Report. Let's move on to the SmackDown Ring Report. SmackDown Ring Report, as you know, that the World Champion, the WWE Champion, AJ Styles, and the Women's Champion, Carmella, were not scheduled to appear. And I'll tell you later that they were in Australia promoting the WWE coming to Australia this October for their Super Show event. And should be quite interesting. WWE doing a lot of Super Shows. That they went to Saudi Arabia and now going to down under Australia to do a Super Show event. Speaking of Super Show. But anyway, speaking of Carmella's found out that she will be defending her SmackDown Women's Championship against Asuka at Money in the Bank. Not Money in the Bank, with Extreme Rules. But Asuka had got paid visit from Carmella's associate, James Ellsworth, who made his return at Money in the Bank to help Carmella gain her championship. Well, James Ellsworth got some sad news from General Manager Page, as Page announced to him that he will be in the intergender tag match against Asuka next week on SmackDown. So it should be intriguing to see Asuka kick the crap out of Ellsworth after Ellsworth did this and revealed him, took the mask off, trying to pretend to Asuka, and then pretend like, smiling like that. So it kind of evolves in that manner, in that course, and stuff like that. So we have to see how this go in that match. Speaking of that, The Miz welcomed the Bludgeon Brothers, and the Bludgeon Brothers told their side why they didn't like Daniel Bryan. And this all stemmed from years ago, and now the Bludgeon Brothers tag team champions, they just don't want Daniel Bryan into the picture. So Daniel Bryan, guys, wish he goes one-on-one with one of the Bludgeon Brothers. We'll take you to that story later, but first let's get you caught up into trying to think. I think that was it on SmackDown. It wasn't a bad show. Jeff Hardy defended his U.S. championship against Eric Young from Saturday. That led to a disqualification. Everybody broke. This was a Donnybrook. Everything broke out. Eric Young brought his Sandy Crew to attack Jeff Hardy until the Usos came and saved him. So it turned out to be a 6-man tag team match where Jeff Hardy won for his team using that Swanton bomb on one of the Sandy members. Plus, then finally, Daniel Bryan went against one of the Bludgeon Brothers. Bludgeon Brothers attacked Daniel Bryan out of nowhere. And guess who showed up out of nowhere? I didn't see it coming. Nobody saw this coming. That's one thing about WWE. They don't let you know the expected, the unexpected. When Daniel Bryan's former tag team partner Kane showed up, and Team Hell No cleaned house against the Bludgeon Brothers and won the match. Daniel Bryan didn't win the match, but you can tell they cleaned house and they reunited with her. And next thing you know, Paige comes out for the end of SmackDown and makes this stunning announcement that at Extreme Rules, the SmackDown tag team titles will be defended, where the Bludgeon Brothers will have to defend and put on the line against Team Hell No, new former team of Kane and Daniel Bryan. And I was thinking to myself, like, I think they're going to win those belts at Extreme Rules. That's what's going to happen. All right, that is the SmackDown Ring Report. When we return, we'll have a weekly dose of hot topics, where a WWE superstar sings with a famous country singer, plus an Impact wrestler. We thought he was stalling, but he signed the contract, and he's staying or leaving with Impact. We'll have this and more when the Pro Wrestling shows. Stay on. Stay tuned.
Case the producer.
Pro Wrestling Show here on Connectively. Use the hashtag PSW, hashtag Pro Wrestling Show. We're all about pro wrestling news, entertainment. We're just here to give you the news and report the news and tell you what's going on. All right, let's get to hot topics. On hot topics this week, we told you that if Impact star, a top Impact star, where contract was coming up, and did he sign or did he opt out? Well, that means he resigned. He resigned, and the man's name is Eli Drake. Thank God. Because Eli Drake went to WWE, WWE's too oversaturated right now with so many talent. They already took Lashley and EC3, and they don't even know what to do with them. No, I'm just saying. Look at Lashley. If Lashley don't win, be put in SummerSlam, he wastes all his time, his effort, come back to WWE, and down there ain't nothing to do. They just gave him a buttload of money. He's actually just saw green. Same way EC3. If he don't win the NXT title by August, it's August to November, he's just wasting his time. So I'm telling you, like I see it. Eli Drake made the right decision, right call to stay. Get a little bit more out of his character, impact, and have WWE want him, not he want WWE. Like WWE want Kenny Omega. But good, that's good enough for Eli Drake to resign with Impact. They got someone locked. They need to get more stars locked. They need to try to get. Well, I told them to be getting them for a long time. Reach out and get some of those superstars in the past. You might create a valuable roster. Credible roster. Speaking of credible, WWE officially announced its TV rights deals with NBC, Universal, and Fox Sports. Now, we've been telling you for weeks now that NBC wants to keep Raw, but they opt out to keep not to have SmackDown. So WWE had the other option to go to USA. It's USA, not USA, but Fox. The Fox, a major broadcast network. Hopefully one day I might go Fox. You might not know, but I'll announce it soon. What Fox? I'm talking about Fox affiliate station. But anyway, Fox gets the rights to SmackDown, and it will be on SmackDown in 2019 October. So Fox making moves, a 5-year deal for Fox to broadcast SmackDown, and a 5-year deal to broadcast Raw on USA through NBC Universal. Sweet deal. And they said this is going to be valued near to $2 billion. WWE making more bank than you can buck. Telling you, WWE making money, making serious move up. But hey, more movement comes with more things. Speaking of more, Fox was so intrigued with WWE, they want to add more WWE programming to their network. They want to add NXT to FS1, which that would be a great format for them to go on. Just to, hey, we on NXT, speaks on the network, we still get on the network, but we can get it on broadcast and make more money. Be bigger than right here. Yeah, who knows? It could probably be 2 hours instead of an hour. And also, Fox want to bring back Saturday night's main event. Now, Saturday night main event was on NBC. Now it could be on Fox. It was on Fox in the 1990s when WWE didn't opt it out and brought Saturday night main event to Fox. So, a couple of specials throughout like 92, two specials. So hey, you never know. This is blockbuster. This is a huge deal. WWE making moves, making money, and they're gonna stay the number one wrestling company. No one cannot top what WWE doing, and WWE when in revenue source and revenue streaming income. How can you? All right. Speaking of WWE, now remember we told you last week that WWE, they said it was a high-ranking official other than Mr. McMahon decided to tell Madison Square Garden not to prevent other wrestling promotions to come in that building since it's considered WWE home arena. But WWE prevented all the other arenas, new AAA and now Ring parent company Sinclair is considering taking legal action against WWE after Ring of Honor claims that Madison Square Garden came to them and approached them and, hey, we're running wrestling events because of the WrestleMania 35 fiasco, and Ring of Honor was going to do it at the Garden, but WWE put a stop to that and put a hold on that and said, Well, that series of events right there, if I was Ring On, keep doing what you're doing. Go to the Hammerstein Ballroom or go to somewhere. If they doing it at Broccoli Center, have your events in New Jersey. Like the Uniondale, the Nassau Coliseum event, have it somewhere, or the Hoffa Center where they had the presidential debates. And give y'all some Ring On. There's arenas out there. Go to where pinpoint where the New York City at, and pinpoint, hey, if they don't want us in the Garden and we can avoid that, prevent that, they can say there's a home territory. Hey, we need to go where these NBA J leagues be going, these NCAA places be going, colleges arena near that New York area, whatever New York area you got in the basketball arena, have it there. Be happy with that. Now WWE on the other hand, do what Madison Square Garden. Y'all had an event, Madison Square Garden. You came to them now with the Undertaker and Ronda Rousey. Oh hell, just have the Hall of Fame in the building. It's just for figures. Just have the Hall of Fame in the building. Keep Madison Square Garden happy, so shit like that don't have to get voided like that. All right. Speaking of that, WWE wants to do an angle with Brock Lesnar, the same angle from WrestleMania I talked about in the Raw Report. Now, would this work again? You tell me. They want to do what Brock want to leave and take the title of UFC again. Now, in real life, Brock has to make a deadline to the USDA. USADA. This drug test name. He failed his last drug test while he was doing UFC and found out he had some steroid, some enhancement hormone, and WWE had to respond to it like they don't test part time. Well, he wrestling, so it got to mean something. Y'all just trying to beat around the bush. I hate when folks do that. Beat around the bush. Let's go ahead and just say we test who we want to test, and we do what we want because he's our star. He's valuable. He has a name, and he's marketable. So they know what they do. On a sad note, I got so hollering loud. Sad note, we just found out former Tough Enough winner Matt Pignonti died at the age of 38. Man, you know who Matt was. Matt was the co-winner of Tough Enough with Johnny Impact, became John Morrison, John Henry, and anything you name. In 2003, something like that, 2003, he earned him a WWE contract. He went to developmental and became OVW champion. Our our deepest condolences goes out to the family of Mac Bolton and his fans on this sad loss. So our hearts and prayers will be at this time. Speaking of that, Kevin Owens, W superstar Kevin Owens, decides to go to a concert, a country singing concert, and you want to know who, lo and behold, it is? It's Shania Twain. Shania Twain invite him into the crowd. Let's take a look at this series of events. Take a look.
What's your name?
Shania, my name is Kevin Owens.
Kevin Owens. Hold on a second. Like the Kevin Owens, wrestler Kevin Owens?
Yeah, well, I hate to correct you, but it's actually huge WWE superstar Kevin Owens.
Well, I'm feeling very safe right now and very protected. Listen, it's really, really great to meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from right here in Montreal.
Well, I really appreciate your support. I love your sign. And
I worked very hard on this, as everybody can see.
I can tell. So who's here with you?
My beautiful wife actually surprised me with tickets for her concert. First time I get to see her perform live, and we're over the moon right now.
That is very sweet. It's a great story. I'm happy to meet you. And, well, listen, you know what? Actually, I'm just realizing, you are the guy, I'm telling you, I've been getting these tweets for the last couple of weeks, like really annoying, like I guess charmingly annoying tweets for me to do the song When in the concert, and it's Kevin Owens who's been sending them. It's you! You are the guy. So, what is up with that?
Well, okay, so look, I did send a few tweets your way, but mostly WWE fans sent tweets your way requesting for you to sing When tonight because it's my absolute favorite song, not just Shania Twain song, it's my absolute favorite song ever. So I figured, you know, I'm a fellow Canadian, I'm from Montreal, why not give it a shot and try to get your attention? And, you know, apparently it worked.
This is really awesome. The problem is that when I watch you in the ring, you are not like the typical, like, nice Canadian. Canadians are known for being so nice. I'm nice, I mean, Canadians are nice. But this guy, in the ring, I mean, he's a badass. He's got some pretty bad behavior going on. So listen, I can't really condone a request like that from such a bad guy like you. I mean, you're not a bad guy, but you're a bad guy in the ring.
Let's call it a difference of opinion. I think I'm a great guy, I'm a great wrestler, and I don't know, I think I've been doing pretty well for Canada. I've been representing Montreal very well. I think you should consider singing When for me.
Okay, so listen, I'll make you a deal. Who's you think how we can do this? Because When is not in the show. But tell me, who's your biggest rival?
Well, Shania, right now I'm actually having a lot of trouble with a fellow by the name of Braun Strowman. And yeah, I guess that would be him.
Braun Strowman. Okay, so listen, I'll make a deal with you. Next time, well, no, if you can beat Braun Strowman, the challenge, then the next time I'm in town, I will sing When.
Shania, here's the thing. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah. Oh, it's bedazzled. Here's the thing, Shania. Have you seen Braun Strowman? The guy is 7 feet tall, like 500 pounds, maybe more. Now you're asking me to beat him? Come on. Shania, seriously, I've been doing pretty well. I represent Canada as good as I can. I've won so many championships. That's got to be worth something, right? And you know what? I have more Twitter followers than you do. Come on.
It's true. But you know what? Yeah, you know what? I was going to say that don't impress me much, but I do want to say that does impress me. You are awesome. You really are awesome, right? Kevin Owens. I know, but I will do it in my next concert, you know, like When elephants could fly, be a little more optimistic. I haven't done it for so long I don't even remember all the words. But anyway, I do love that song. I will do it for you sometime. Right now what I want to do is can we get some photos, like selfies?
I don't get to hear when necessarily, but I get to take a selfie on stage with Shania Twain at her concert at the Bell Center. You know what? I'll take it.
You're a sweetheart.
As you see right there, Shania Twain, Kevin Owens singing along, while the crowd singing along, and Shania just handing him the mic, and he said Kevin loves Shania, something like that. So they know Kevin Owens is a big country fan. You know. All right, Mr. McMahon plans to spend at least $5 million of his own money on his XFL reboot. Now, many folks are saying the XFL is not going to be up there in the NFL. Mr. McMahon wants to seek and want competition. So, is competition near and dear Mr. McMahon's heart, or would this $500 million be another example of going down the drain? Wait and see. Took that five. But hey, if you come and make almost $2 billion, yeah, why not? $5 million don't mean shit to him. That may mean shit to me, but $5 million, that's just kind of like a happenstance. This man got what he wanted. All right, that ends Hot Topics for this week. Let's move over to the Impact Ring Report. The Impact Ring Report, they are on the road to Slammiversary, and Slammiversary, it was just like Impact was down this week. The views were 236,000. They need to get on another network, because this right here ain't working. And they on Pop TV for now, but you know, for me, if Impact wants to stay credible and stuff, they like, hey, this is all we got. This is our only option we have. I get that, I understand that. But you need to be on a bigger major network, like probably go back to Paramount. If they doing fighting and stuff, why not? Or Ion TV, if they took WWE programming, or WGN, I forgot, WGN owned by Sinclair, so you can't touch that. You can't go into their territory. So them the only two options I see, alternative options I see. Speaking of Impact, speaking of Michael, it says going TV rights. So I ran it. I'd be like, hey man, we finna switch TV partners, because this don't make no sense. We need some credible stars. So speak my experience. But well, you know, Impact this week, they talked about Moose's background and his story. Moose was a football player, and he played for the Atlanta Falcons, and now he had a passion and burning desire for wrestling. Moose got to this point, and people thought Moose was crazy. He was losing out on his money. It was interesting footnote that Moose was saying that his ex-wife told him he not try to think about wrestling, he try to focus on football. Moose, that was not in his heart. He wanted to do wrestling. So I understand from Moose's point of view with his wife. You know, another inspirational story is Madison Rain wants to get one more shot at the Knockouts title, and Tessa Blanchard keeps interrupting her, not trying to get her to where she needs to be. Tessa challenged Madison to a match, and Madison accepted. Madison pulled a good match at the end, main event. So till what's her name showed up, Su Young tried to send her deadly brides to attack Madison until the return of Allie came back. Allie cleaned house. Now Allie bringing a brand new look. That's one thing I want Impact to do. Stop going with these baby faces that want to be smiling and all that. No, have them be real, have them be compelling, and have them show realism. You know, they're showing that with Eddie Edwards. You know, that white meat baby face, that got old and done, played out. Now Eddie Edwards turned to a sick psychopath like Sami Callihan turned him out and turned him to a fucking lunatic. And it worked. That works for him. That works. And now Eddie Edwards might feud with Tommy Dreamer. Tommy Dreamer was kind of busting in the head, so I can see that. Plus, Sam Callahan issued a challenge of his team OVE against Pentagon Jr. and his team Phoenix and whatever the hell they name. So it's getting compelling. It's getting good, and also Killer Cross making his debut soon next week. So Kevin Cross, if you haven't seen him, go YouTube, watch his matches. You know, he took on a list of superstars. He took on Chris Masters. He took on Cage. And then also with Cage is on a roll with him against Congo Kong. But they having that match next week, Cage versus Congo Kong. That's too early. It's too often. It's you about to build Slammiversary. Why put all your matches that could be marquee matches out on TV like that, free TV? No, you put them on the pay-per-view so people can pay to watch to see the matches. You just, right now, you building them. That's what you do. You build the characters. You have Kong in the match, and then Cage interrupts, and then you have Cage in the match like they did this week. You know, you building. Like, I don't get what they doing. They kind of like they doing like WCWs do, putting out free matches. You don't need to put out free matches like that. Do like WWE. What makes sense, and then you draw it out a little bit until you get to that point. You know, sometimes with Impact, it's a good product, it's a good wrestling product, bell to bell, but they just put matches too quick, too soon. If you have a pay-per-view coming up in a couple of weeks, stretch it. I mean, stretch it till you can't stretch it no more. They'll put Jimmy Jacobs in a match against Cage. Let me see how that goes. Jimmy Jacobs is a wrestler. Put him against Cage. You know, like that, stretch it. Then last week had me in a contract sign. You know, whoever got the book, I know who got the book. It's Scott D'Amore and Don Callis. It's like they trying to put stuff out too quick rather than stretching. I know Don Callis, I know he ain't trying to put it out like that. I just know, but you never would know. I know Scott D'Amore putting this shit out so quick like that. But you know, further advice, stretching. And then also the debut of Rich Swann. Rich Swann made his debut. Rich Swann did okay, but man, get a haircut. All that hair, and you want to be different. It's the difference between you having WWE money to now you have Impact money. WWE money, they told you to keep your hair at flat, float and stuff. Now with Impact money, you almost getting like a cut, but then you won't keep your money, keep the shit with your hair in WWE. Come on, man. If I was your boss, I say, man, either you gonna cut your hair or either you gonna keep it as it is. But this shit right here just don't make sense. So I'm just saying, you know, they just meet to respond. Cut your hair. I grow that hair back and grow that shit back in what it was. All right. That does it for the Impact Ring Report. That does it for this show right here, the Pro Wrestling Show. I have been Kendrick Dix saying so long. We'll see you next week here on Pro Wrestling Show.